Our adventure with Sporting and with the Strikerless formation has led to some beautiful football being played. With goals like that, with this new updated Strikerless formation, will it be enough to turn around the 1-0 deficit to Bayern Munich in the Champions League? It's time, friends. Let's go. We always knew this was going to be a tough ask. Away to Bayern in a deficit of 1-0. After 29 minutes, Alphonso Davies went in. I'm not sure how he managed to score this one, but he did. Top bins. Coates out to Pedro Porro. Look how high up he is. Trincao, lovely little dink to Marcus Edwards, who cuts through, slaps it in. It's 1-1. Yes! I pause it there. It's the 91st minute. We need a goal. We are pushing on. You can see there I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boys ready to pounce. As we play it on, Maya is rushed into the clearance. It goes to Trincao and Paulinho scores. It's the 92nd minute. As it stands right now, we're going through. We're knocking Bayern out. I didn't have time. I didn't have time to sort the tactics out and hold and shut up shop. It's the 94th minute now and Ramos puts it in. It's 2-2. Honestly, a stunning effort from the boys though. 2-2, 3-2, we're knocked out. Look at that. Paulinho with that 93rd minute goal. We were nearly there, but then Ramos scored to make it 2-2. Now in the last episode I left you, we were just starting to falter a bit and Benfica are getting away from us. But if you have a look there now, we've won our last 5 games in Liga NOS. Include that Bayern Munich drawing it as well. We are firing goals galore. And if you look a little bit closer, the next match is Benfica. Why is that huge? This is why. We are currently top of Liga NOS. We've somehow managed to get ourselves up there. Benfica are second. They've got a game in hand. Porto are involved as well. It's a three-way fight. There's 4 points between 3 teams. Benfica up next, but it's away from home. We've been reborn. We've been reborn. We had that glitch, but this tactic tweak has got us back up there. And here it is. This is Strikerless, the new one, and this is one we're going to see the season out with. And we're on a right roll with it, and it's one that gave Bayern an almighty scare. I did ask you guys, how should I change it up? You said bring in 2 shadow strikers either side of a trek. I've actually gone with 3 shadow strikers in there. The other positions are kind of the same. Big change in team instructions. At this point I want to shout out Guido, Merry Guido, the guy who is basically known as the Don of Strikerless. This is his formation and tactic there. I had a look at it and I loved it, especially that 3 shadow striker pronged assault. So I've used that, I've borrowed it if you like. My team instructions are completely different. If you look at his out of possession, he's a lower defense, lower block kind of guy, which I love. But what we've gone with is a high line and a high press. So it's a complete opposite really. We're going really aggressive. I brought in the counter press. The previous version we used didn't have it, but this is the one we're going with now. And it's yielded all those goals in the last 5 or 6 games and gave Bayern an almighty fright. That's how the league table sits. So we're sitting top. We've lost the least games in the league. Remember last time how many we were drawing? We've started to turn those into wins, and that's how we've got ourselves up to top. Scored 58. We've only conceded 20. I want to show you our first goal against Bayern Munich if you're umming and ahhing about trying this sort of tactic. This is the goal in question. It's all about winning the ball back and then taking advantage of it. Now have a look where my players are on that pitch. They're all behind the ball. These are the most advanced there, but everyone's behind the ball. But watch how we use this football when we win it back. So Muller's got the ball. Now, Pedro Goncalves wins it back. It goes to Ugarte. Bayern Munich are not going to see this ball for a long time now. You can count the passes if you want. But look at the movement. The boys are starting to get up the pitch. Here's Trincao getting supported by the other shadow strikers. And over there, that's the inverted wing back on attack. Look at all these passes coming in. Goncalves, Ugarte. The movement is insane. We've now got, let me pause it there. We've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, arguably 6 ahead of the football. 2 seconds ago, they're all behind the ball. Playing it on. Ugarte back to the centre back, St. Just has a little look. Marita now clipping it forward. Jovain, nothing doing, so he goes backwards. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ahead of the ball. Carry it on. Back to Coates. Now there's a big gap on the right hand side to Porro. He lays it back to Trincao. There's the through ball to Marcus Edwards, and finally the finish. How many passes? So that's the quality it can do, and it's put us up to first place. If you have a look at the player stats, Jovan Cabral's 18 in the league, but if we look at him a bit closer, you can see his total 18 in 24, but 31 in 41 overall. He has been lethal, and he wasn't even recommended to start. Look at his career history. He's never been a starter for Sporting. He was shipped out on loan to randomly Lazio last season, but what I saw in him was the perfect shadow striker in there. He's been the centrepiece, and either side of him you've had Trincao and Marcus Edwards ripping it up. Trincao, thankfully joining us on a permanent deal, which is pre-arranged, but now has 13 goals and 14 assists with an average rating of 7.47. And it's not just in the league. Look at his Champions League record. 2 goals, 3 assists, 7.39. And on the other side of him, you've got Marcus Edwards, who just scored a booming goal against Tottenham in real life. Last night, as I record this, 21 goals, 9 assists, 7.31, again in the Champions League, 4 goals in 8. Right then, straight onto this Benfica match. This is potentially a title decider. Now, they tend to play a 4-4-2, and that sort of formation is the one that's caused us a few problems. It was 1-1 in the home game. Fingers crossed, let's see how we go. The one player I do feel kind of sorry for is Goncalves. I'd love to use him as a shadow striker, but at the minute, that's the only place I can get him in the team. Let's go. For this match, I am using the Tato skin. It is in beta. He's still testing it. Fingers crossed it comes out because it's an absolute thing of beauty. Strap in for a rollercoaster ride. First off, Coates was pickpocketed by Rafa. Disastrous. 1-0. That's in the 58th minute. Sporting come firing back though. Look at that from Ugarte. Nearly scores a worldie, and Cabral there for a tap in. That's 1-1 off 61 minutes. 70th minute now. Benfica come back at us. Ball cuts us in half, and Rafa puts us behind. 2-1 to Benfica. My boys are never done though. Here's Marita with a lovely ball to Cabral. Bit of luck, comes to Trincao. That's 2-2. 1 minute later, Edwards down the left hand side. Deflected cross. Look at Cabral get there before the keeper. Loops it in. Come on, 3-2 up. And in the 95th minute, Adam with a big hoof up front. Confusion at the back, and Cabral there to finish it off. A 4-2 win. So that leaves us top. We are legitimately top. Everyone's played the same amount of games. We've got 61, Porto 60, Benfica 57. Braga, don't rule them out either. They've got 54, but they've got a game in hand. It's a 4-way battle for the top. I just went 4-way and showed 3 fingers. 4. That's 6 in a row we've won now. We've got a load of clutcher games coming. We've still got the semi-final of the Taco de Portugal as well. And have a little look at the last game of the season. So in the final episode of the Sporting Beta, not only will we have the semi-final and hopefully a final of the Taco de Portugal, but how about a potential title decider against Porto on the last day of the season?
Are you ready? Yes!